So I've made videos talking about the next DLC characters that are going to be coming into Mortal Kombat 11. The characters that are most likely to show up in the game. The characters that we could probably expect to show up. Characters that fans have requested the most. However, I've never made a video talking about what I want to see, what characters that I want to show up in Mortal Kombat 11. What's my wish list for the game? Who do I want to see in a Kombat Pack 3? You know, every time I stream on Twitch, I get this question asked at least once a stream. If you haven't followed me on Twitch, go ahead and follow me on Twitch. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The link is down below. And if you've been following my Twitch streams, you would kind of notice that I'm a little bit dismissive of a question. I don't mean it in a rude way, but it's kind of just not an important question for me, because if I think about it, I have most of my main favorite characters in Mortal Kombat 11. To be specific, I have 4 out of 5 of my favorite characters in Mortal Kombat 11, and I don't really have much to ask for when all of the characters that I care about the most are basically in the game. I know nobody cares that much, but I kind of feel selfish asking for more when I basically have all I really need. However, I did sit down and think about this, and I said to myself, number one, let me address this question, and number two, let me think about characters that I think would actually make a good improvement on the Mortal Kombat 11 roster. So before we get started, just as a reminder, if you're enjoying the videos that you're seeing on this channel, make sure you drop a big thumbs up on this video, and also subscribe and hit that bell notification so you never miss the latest and greatest videos from me. Also, make sure to leave a comment down below and let me know your wish list for who you want to see in Mortal Kombat 11. So I'm going to speed run this a little bit. I'm going to list number 10, number 9, and number 8, and those characters are Sektor, Cyrax, and Smoke. Specifically, I want Cyber Smoke. The reason why is because, well, I think you kind of have to have a robot in your Mortal Kombat game. I think if you don't have a robot in your Mortal Kombat game, you didn't make a Mortal Kombat game, or it's just an incomplete Mortal Kombat game. We had a robot ever since the robots were introduced in every Mortal Kombat game except for Mortal Kombat vs. DC. And I think breaking the trend would just be a little bit weird and would kind of damp the quality of Mortal Kombat 11's roster. Not that Mortal Kombat 11's roster is bad or anything, but it would be like a missed opportunity if you didn't do it. Just follow the trend, fix the trend, and might as well bring in all 3 cyborgs. Finish the trio. Go all out. This is going to be the last Mortal Kombat game we're going to get for a while, so might as well go big. Now, number 7, I know has 0 chance to return. I know we're not going to see this character return. However, this is my wish list. This is the character I want to see, and that character is Cho. I know he was DLC already in Mortal Kombat X, but I personally wouldn't mind if I had to pay for him again to be in MK11. He was so much fun to play in Mortal Kombat X. If you're a regular viewer on my channel, you would know that I'm not really a big fan of MKX. However, I have always said that Cho was one of the highlights of MKX, and I think they did his character very, very well. They improved on his character. They actually tried, and I think they did 100% well. And I really did feel his absence when he wasn't on the roster in MK11. And I feel like if he actually was on the roster to begin with, it would be NetherRealm saying and solidifying, yes, we did a good job on this character. This character is awesome. Shut the fuck up with the meme hate. It's old. It's being dragged on. Move the fuck on. Grow the fuck up. Number 6 is gonna go to one of the most highly requested characters ever, and that character is Havik. I feel like this one is pretty obvious. Pretty obvious to show up on somebody's wish list, and pretty obvious to include in a Mortal Kombat game. A character that has been next to Fujin in terms of popularity of the 3D era characters is Havik. Remember guys, this is going to be the last Mortal Kombat game we're going to get in a very, very long time. The next Mortal Kombat game we're going to get is going to be way too far in the future, so you might as well go all out with the roster that you have right now. And I feel like if this is going to be go all out kind of roster, then I don't think it's crazy to say to bring in some Mortal Kombat Deception representation. And when you think of, okay, what characters do we want to put in our game to represent Mortal Kombat Deception? Havik is one of the first in line. Everybody thinks of Havik when we think of Mortal Kombat Deception. And also when you sit down and think, it's really now or never for Havik to be included in a Mortal Kombat game. This game is our only shot. Let's take that shot. All right, let's get some female representation in here, shall we? Number 5 is gonna go to Serena. If you've been watching me since the Mortal Kombat X days, you would know that I was one of the biggest advocates for Serena to come back in Mortal Kombat X. Unfortunately, she did not come in Mortal Kombat X, and just like Havik, guys, this is our one shot to get Serena back in a Mortal Kombat game. It's either now or never. And really, this is our only chance to get Noob Saibot and Serena intro dialogues, Bihan and Serena intro dialogues, Kuai Liang and Serena intro dialogues as well. Opportunities are all over the place, and we just need to take them. I don't know if we will, but we just need to. Continuing with the female inclusion at number 4 is going to be Ashrah. Ashrah is such an interesting character, and I cannot stress this enough. A character who is a demon but doesn't want to be a demon and looks angelical. So take those character traits and put that into a moveset. The potential is just off the charts. We have every single female character from the arcade games already in this game. So the question now is, what 3D era females are we going to include? And I believe the best choices are Serena and Ashrah, and that's why they're on this list. All right, these next 2 characters I've been kind of hesitant to put on this list because I haven't really been a big fan of the iterations in these new games. But then I thought, you know what? They're just going to be DLC characters that aren't going to really have that much of an effect on a story. So you might as well just put them in. And plus, these characters are highly requested, so I'll put them in for the fans' sake. So number 3 is going to be everybody's favorite green ninja, and that character is Reptile. If we're talking about the 3 most popular ninjas in Mortal Kombat, obviously number 1 is Scorpion, number 2 is Sub-Zero, and number 3 is Reptile. And thinking about it, it is a little bit weird seeing a Mortal Kombat game nowadays without Reptile. I've been kind of wanting to get a break from Reptile because I feel like we can probably just move on from some characters. But at the same time, I'm thinking, you know what? I think we kind of already had our break. It's been like a year, almost 2 years since Mortal Kombat 11 was released, and even longer since MKX was released. So, you know what? Just put them in. Everybody wants them in. Let's just deal with it. I think you guys can probably guess who number 2 is, right? It's gonna be another ninja. I think you guys see it coming. Yes, it's Ermac, everybody's favorite mystical red ninja. Those who've been watching my Twitch streams know that we were playing Mortal Kombat Deception, and when we got to the Ermac part of the story in Conquest mode, I did have a little bit of a moment and said to myself, you know what? Ermac is a great character. I kind of miss Ermac. I really like this character. And yes, again, I haven't really been a big fan of how he's been treated in these new games. However, if he is included in Mortal Kombat 11, I've got to admit, I don't think he would hurt the game in any way. And if anything, he's just there trying to improve the roster. And honestly, if you're there to just make the game a little bit more better for some fans like me, I'll take you. Let's just bring you in. Alrighty, guys. Number 1. I don't think anybody's really going to expect this one, but remember when I said that I have 4 out of the 5 of my favorite characters in Mortal Kombat 11? I have one missing. And you know who that character is? That character is Taven. Yep, I said it. Taven, I want him back. Taven was one of the characters that I really liked, a character that I grew up with, have the most memories with in terms of my first impressions of Mortal Kombat. And remember when I said about going all out with this roster and getting some representation from each game included in this roster? Well, guess what? If you want some Armageddon representation, Taven is your guy. There's a lot of potential you can do with this time-stopping powers and a gold dragon aesthetic. And also, let's just give some love to the Armageddon story. That's a very important part of the Mortal Kombat lore. So let's acknowledge that by just putting Taven in the game. I know it's not gonna happen, but you know what? Fuck you. It's my list. So there it is. There is my wish list for Mortal Kombat 11. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know what characters are like in your dream combat pack. I would really like to know. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a video from me. I'll see you guys in the next video.